maybe they'll be happy there with a new life for both of them. Don't they deserve that chance?
There won't be any chance, Molly. There'll only be shock and disappointment. And God knows how it'll affect Emily when this young man is identified by his friends, his family.
Well, maybe that won't happen. He's different now.
He's well known in Monticello, a public figure. That's why his picture was on the front page.
But if everyone thinks he's dead, including himself...
It doesn't matter, Molly, the fact that they believe him dead. He'll still be recognized sooner or later. And they'll know Draper Scott when they see him.
Oh, so that's his name. You never mentioned it before. And please, make it the last time.
What?
I've been thinking, Doctor. And I say you're wrong. I think you should just let things stand exactly as they are.
Oh, Molly, I just peeked in at Julia. You should see she's sleeping there in the cutest position.
What time are Dr. and Mrs. Cavanaugh arriving?
Oh, gee, they should be here within an hour. I guess I should start bringing stuff out of the kitchen.
Oh, no, you don't have to. I'll do it.
Well, I'll help you.
Well, it's ready. Everything's ready.
You are a dynamo. You weren't in this house 5 minutes before you started cleaning everything up, and you haven't stopped since.
It's my job.
Well, you're making me feel a little guilty. I mean, I'm the one who created this whole mess. I haven't been a very conscientious housekeeper lately.
I know you've had other things on your mind.
Yeah.
It's terribly hard losing someone you love. Especially the way it happened.
You knew about that? God. Well, it never ceases to amaze me how many people seem to know my whole life story. I guess it's because the accident that killed Draper became a media event.
Oh, well, it just wasn't covered very much in Evansville. I found out about it through a friend.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I had to live this story at all. It was such a sad ending.
Yes, I hate unhappy endings myself.
I owe Emily an extra big thank you for suggesting that you move down to Monticello. You are everything she said you were, and more.
Oh, you and Emily seem to be making very good friends.
Yeah, well, we've really hit it off.
Emily was always a shy type. I was surprised to find out that she made friends so quickly, having moved to a new city.
Yeah, well, I am very grateful that we became friends for several reasons.
You know, Mrs. Scott, I don't believe that Emily ever told me how you two met. It must have been quite a coincidence.
Coincidence?
Well, maybe that's not just the perfect word. Lucky?
Now, there's a good word. I think we brought each other luck. This way, I found a buyer for my house and a wonderful housekeeper.
And Emily found what she wanted, that beautiful house of yours.
Yeah. Did she ever tell you how she found the house?
No.
It was Kirk, her husband, who told her to make a turn down the street that the house is on, even though they were going in the completely opposite direction.
Oh, really? Well, oh, maybe he just has a bad sense of direction.
Oh, I don't know. They fell in love with it the first time they saw it, and I wanted to sell it to them. It's important to me who lives in that house. Does that sound strange to you?
Oh, no, I can understand that.
Yeah? The house was important to me and my husband, and I wanted the right couple to live in it.
You never met Emily's husband?
No. No, as a matter of fact, I haven't, unfortunately. But I hear he hasn't been well.
No, he hasn't.
You must know Kirk pretty well, don't you?
Well, yes, I know him.
Molly, I don't want to sound like I'm prying, but, is there something seriously wrong with him?
Well, it's hard to tell.
No, listen, Emily told me that he's been recuperating from an accident.
Yes, he has. But at the moment, Emily is the only person he feels comfortable with. Her devotion seems to give him the support he needs. Otherwise, well, it's a long, hard road.
Yeah, it's a shame. Emily told me that he's a very, very gentle man and that I would probably like him very much.
Yeah, possibly. At some other time, you see, he's suffering from memory blanks, and it makes him very withdrawn. I mean, he can't even cope with the idea of meeting strangers at the moment.
Yeah, well, I certainly wouldn't want to do anything to complicate matters.
Oh, if everyone would feel that way and they would be left alone, I know they would be happy.
Well, that's what I want, Molly. You know that. I probably as much as you do.
Well, then please, just trust me when I tell you it would be a kindness just to leave them in peace.
How was your first day at work? Tell me all about it.
It was tiring. I am exhausted.
Oh, you go sit down and relax, and I'll fix us a drink.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you work so close to home.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Emily, you have no idea how good it felt. I mean, how good it felt to do an honest, productive day's work. And the guys I work with, I mean, they're all terrific. And the job. Job itself has so much responsibility. You know, I have a whole warehouse full of inventory I've got to deal with, plus all the paperwork I have to learn how to do. It's going to take me quite a while. But right now, all I want to do is concentrate on bringing home a good, steady paycheck so I can keep my promise to your father.
What do you mean?
Well, I told your father that I would look after you, make sure you didn't want for anything.
You're all I need to feel happy.
Oh, yeah. Love will go so far, but it won't buy the groceries. It won't pay the mortgage. That's what I have to do. No more than that. It's what I intend to do.
I love you.
Yeah, we really shouldn't be depressed about this.
Well, at the moment, it's hard to know exactly how to react.
Well, it may mean that Draper's still alive.
Maybe.
Well, if that's true, it would be the most wonderful thing in the world.
Look, sweetheart, all that autopsy meant was that it wasn't Draper's body. It was handcuffed to Sam Dwyer. It does not mean that Draper escaped that train wreck.
Yeah. I suppose that he probably drowned in the river with the rest of the victims.
Considering he hasn't gotten in touch with anybody, that's the most plausible explanation.
Listen, do you think we could just cancel tonight?
Why? We both want to see April. We want to see Julia.
Oh, but it's going to be so hard to pretend that nothing's happened.
Yeah, well, we got to do it. I don't want April picking up any strange vibes from us and starting to ask questions.
I think it would have been a lot kinder if you'd never discovered this misidentification.
Well, we won't know that until the matter's been investigated further.
Yeah, but until then, we have to protect April.
I know that. We got to keep the lid on, too. It'd be good for her to find this speculation splashed all over some morning headline.
Yeah, if she finds out, she could spend the rest of her life waiting and hoping.
For the return of a dead man. I don't want that to happen.
Well, especially now that she started to adjust. I mean, she started to come back into the world.
Talking about Logan?
Well, partly, yeah. I don't really know how Logan feels about April, but I know she depends upon him as a good friend. And, you know, she told me that he's been sort of cold to her the past few days. I can understand if he cares about her. This news about Draper must have shaken him terribly.
muscles will probably be so sore in the morning.
You know, just because I let you use the place doesn't mean you get to decorate it.
I don't understand. What's the problem?
I figured when I got around to it, I'd put up a couple of posters of Broadway shows, sort of as an inspiration.
So?
Well, your little contribution isn't exactly what I had in mind. Exactly what does she have to do with you? I can understand a dancer having a picture of a big-time hoofer around. But what do you want with a news lady?
Maybe I'm trying to cover a crack on the wall.
Yeah, maybe there's something you don't want to tell me.
It's no big deal. I just like her looks, that's all.
So do I.
The first night I got into town, I happened to see her on TV. Well, she looked like the kind of woman who really had her act together.
Yeah, she's good. I'll grant you that.
Nicole Drake is beautiful, smart, and she has a dynamite career going for her.
And you want to be just like her?
She has some things I wouldn't mind for myself.
You sound a little jealous.
Look, if the artwork bugs you, I'll take it down.
I'm not complaining. I just think you're a little old for hero worship, that's all.
And I don't recall asking for your opinion.
Most dancers are a little flaky. But if there were a contest, you'd win first prize.
I love you, too.
You really are a strange one. You know, I don't even know your last name.
You will, when it's up in lights.
Ah, what am I supposed to do? Tell everybody I knew good old Jody what's-her-name way back when? The minute the opportunity arises, you're off to Broadway or Hollywood and all that jazz.
And you better believe it. It's gonna happen for me.
2 bits of advice. First, watch out for the wet floor tonight when you come home. Second, remember, for every light on Broadway...
Don't worry. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I have a few other irons in the fire, too.
Okay. Smart lady. Well, see you later, old Jody what's-her-name.
The name's Travis. Jody Travis.
The role of Kelly McGrath is now being played by Alan Fawcett.
Hey, Disco Dan.
What?
Well, how do you like the unicorn?
Hey, whoa, man. Far out.
Tell me, aren't you a little old to be going out dancing every night?
Nah, dancing's great exercise for old folks.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. In fact, I'm gonna open my own disco for old folks.
Oh, yeah? What are you gonna call it?
The Slipped Disco.
Hey, kid, you knock it off. The boss is going to be here any minute.
Oh, yeah, right. Hey, well, that's all for the Poco Puppets tonight,
Drinks are on the house. Oh.
Not really.
Look, I'm sorry, Kelly, but you know what happened? The boss walked in here and saw you fooling around those puppets again.
Yeah, I'd probably be looking through the Help Wanted ads in tomorrow morning's paper. But you got to admit that the kids love it. They love them.
Except the one guy that counts around here, the boss.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, let's face it, the guy don't dig Punch and Judy shows. Hey, well, you want to do me a favor? Why don't you take those little guys home and leave them there? What are you doing? Get out of here, will you?
Okay, all right.
And take that with you.
Hey, hi, Jody.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Okay.
Is that a new one?
What, Disco Dan? Nah, he's an old friend. Hey, why don't you say hi to the pretty lady?
Hey, baby, I dig your style.
Aren't you afraid people are going to think you're a little weird? I mean, always walking around with a puppet on your arm?
Oh, that's not weird.
No, that's showbiz.
That's really what you want to do, isn't it? Be in show business.
Yeah, and we're going to make it, too. It might take a little while. And when we open our first show on Broadway, we're going to send you tickets.
Well, just don't forget. There's a broken heart
for every light on Broadway. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll send you those tickets first, Kelly, if I get there before you.
You?
Sure. I mean, there's a lot more dances on Broadway than there are puppets and puppeteers.
Are you a dancer?
You couldn't tell by the way I wait on tables?
No, I guess we missed the performance.
Sure. Well, I always pirouette when I serve a pizza. And if someone orders the steak dinner, I do a terrific jazz ballet.
Hey, come on now. Be serious. Can you really dance?
I live in a dance studio. And I mean literally.
Not the one down the road.
That's right.
Well, have you ever been in a show?
No, not yet. When I get that offer from Broadway, it's going to be my debut.
Yeah. Well, we think you're going to be terrific.
Oh, thanks. Right now, I better dance on over to the customers and see what they want to eat.
Yeah, we better get out of here before Mr. Dorn comes back. He said he'd have me shot at sunrise if he caught me in there with the puppets again, you know? You want to go?
Okay, guys. I'll
See you later, baby.
Well, did you see that?
Yeah, man. She's some sharp chick. Think she'd go out with me?
Why don't you and I check it out?
No sooner do I get back to the office this morning than Carol Barkley tells me she's leaving me for another man.
April knows all about that. She knew about it before you did.
Oh, my Lord. Am I the last one to be told?
Again? Oh, thank you, Mom. You just all right. Carol was, she was upset about leaving you at such short notice. Then she thought about it again, and she thought, well, maybe she wouldn't be too difficult to replace after all.
Oh, I don't know about that. Good assistants don't grow on trees, you know.
Come on, Miles, now be realistic. Since you've reduced your practice to make room for all your forensic work, you don't really need a trained nurse anymore. What you do need is someone to, keep your appointment book balanced and do all the paperwork. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And what you really need is a receptionist secretary.
Well, maybe you're right. I'll just have to put an ad in the paper and start interviewing.
If you're lucky, you might even be able to have someone by Monday morning.
Oh, sure. If I drop everything else and make it my only priority.
I don't know. I think your sister might be able to save the day. Not only have I found someone who is experienced, but she is also available. And her name is Emily Michaels.
I thought I was the only musician in the family.
Ah, you are, believe me. When I sit down to play, people laugh.
I'm not laughing.
I am what you call a hunt and peck pianist.
Trying to play that tune I heard on April's music box, aren't you?
Yeah, the melody keeps going round and round in my head.
Honey, don't let it haunt you, okay?
It seems like it should mean something to me, but I'll be doggone if I know what.
Well, the only memory it triggers is the picnic.
Yeah, but I think if I keep playing it over and over and over again, my past is going to rush back to me. But it doesn't.
I'll get it. Hello?
Oh, Emily, dear. This is Molly.
Molly, hi. How are things going at April's place?
Just fine. What's this I hear about you taking a job with Mrs. Scott's brother?
Oh, Molly, that's just in the talking stages, but gosh, wouldn't it be wonderful?
Well, no, I don't think it would if you ask me.
Well, why do you feel that way?
Well, first place, you're not a trained nurse, and that's what Dr. Cavanaugh needs. You would be in way over your head.
April told me her brother needs someone just to do secretarial duties, and that's exactly what I did for Daddy.
But your father didn't have a big city medical practice. You just helped him with odds and ends.
But I'm sure I could handle it.
No, Emily, you can't. And, well, I don't want to see you take a job only to be fired in a week just because you're not qualified. I don't want to see you be that disappointed.
Molly, look, I really appreciate you trying to protect me, but I'm sure everything's going to be fine.
Emily, the truth is, I don't think you should be close to those people in any way.
I think they're very nice.
They are city people, Emily. They have nothing in common with you.
What?
Don't you see? You can't let Kirk meet them. You just mustn't.
Why?
Well, because he has so many problems of his own right now. Also, the two of you are just beginning to get used to your life together, and wouldn't it be better if you just shut out the rest of the world and concentrated on each other?
Molly, I think you're worrying about nothing.
Oh, did you honestly believe that I would tell you this unless I thought it was the best for you? Please take my advice. Stay away from those people. If you and Kirk get mixed up with them, it will be a disaster.